Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about Deebo Samuel draft status analytics. I know I'm way late on this video, to be honest, because I've just been so busy with different things life-related, but I did want to get this video done. I finally had some time to record this video and get it put out there, so I've been having to juggle a lot of things. But again, thank you so much for all the people that still support me, still check out the channel. But this video, again, primarily is going to focus on the production data side of things and then the draft status side of things, because I do think it's something that I'm going to be having in future data in the future. For example, like my draft guide that I release every single year. That draft guide, I think, next year's in particular, I think is going to be one of the most accurate draft guides out there, just for the pure fact that I'm going to be adding this layer of draft status analytics. So buckle yourselves in. A lot of my future videos are going to do that. In fact, that's what I've been dedicating my time to, is just getting all this data compiled, so that I'm giving you the most accurate data. And I'm actually honestly going to be publishing a lot of this data, specifically with Patreon subscribers. So be on the lookout for that. I'm almost done with the running backs. I'm going to give you basically the complete list of running backs, their draft status, their production data, and you basically will have like your own little spreadsheet, if you will, to a certain extent. I mean, it's not going to be the actual spreadsheet, but at least it's going to have all the names on it, all the production, and everything else. Just that you have that information at your disposal. So I do know that there are some Patreon subscribers that follow me for draft related reasons, or fantasy football reasons, I should say, or dynasty football. So that's gonna be really important. So again, look out for that, Patreon subscribers. If you're still supporting me, thank you so much. And again, that's gonna be coming out fairly soon. Right now I'm on the 6th round, so once I get done with the 7th round, I'm gonna have that published on there within at least a week. So now getting to Deebo Samuel draft status analytics. If you're new to the channel, new to the work that I do, all terms and definitions will be in the description. One thing that you need to know about wide receivers in particular is if you are a wide receiver that's drafted in the 2nd round, the percentage of success goes down fairly significantly. Now, it's still a lot better than the general consensus, and we're going to kind of get into that with Deebo Samuel, because Deebo Samuel is someone that has a good production score but not a great production score. But he is a lot better than if he was drafted later, if that makes any sense. So being a 2nd round person does increase your chances of success tremendously. So again, this is all just there for you to kind of look at your leisure, if you will. But let's get into the grittiness of it. So Deebo Samuel, production-wise, did a little bit of update to him. 74.88 in terms of his college market share production score. Doesn't hit the All-Pro area. 3-time All-Pro area, does hit at least the 3-time Pro Bowl area, and of course, look at the averages at the position. He's not within the All-Pro or Pro Bowl average, but he is close to the starter average, and this is not that bad a company to be in. On top of that, he obviously someone who had great athleticism. So when you look at his athleticism data, 90+ percentile in all those areas. So again, this is stuff that you already know. But I did want to post the wide receivers that were similar to Deebo Samuel. So this is essentially all the wide receivers that were drafted in the 2nd round that scored a 79 to 70 production score in terms of their market share production. So this should just kind of give you an idea of wide receivers that were successful. As you can see, not a lot of wide receivers. Some of these guys were successful. I mean, Steve Smith from USC is someone that if he had been healthy, he probably would have been a little bit more productive. Curtis Samuel, of course, is someone who's fairly young in his career, so it's kind of hard to say much about him yet. And of course, Devontae Adams is also young in his career. You could chalk him up as a success. DJ Shark is kind of, wishy-washy. But the bottom line is there is a decent amount of successful players in this area with Deebo Samuel. So I think there's a good chance that he has a better chance than most to become a successful NFL wide receiver. He has been doing well in the preseason. I know that he's made some big plays in the preseason. Only sort of question marks with him, of course, is age. He's a little bit older compared to other prospects. But in general, what I just wanted to get out there is that, Deebo Samuel is someone that if you from the Senior Bowl up to now. Of course, he's finally in the NFL. He's finally doing his thing. And you're like thinking to yourself, okay, what do I do with this information? Because a lot of times when it comes to, and again, I'm just talking to the Dynasty football people out there specifically right now, not the success, I'm just talking Dynasty football people. A lot of times in Dynasty football, there is a knee-gut reaction to players, especially during preseason. A guy makes a big play in preseason, you start to think, okay, he's going to have a chance to carve out a role on the team. When in reality, it's about the draft status they have and if they're making plays in preseason. And obviously Deebo Samuel is making plays and he had a fairly high draft status. So all of these are good indications of what his success could be. Now, obviously from the players that you saw, none of those players are really special players. These are productive players, but these are not players that you would consider to be upper tier, upper echelon. These are kind of like B team, if you will. Not A team, but B team. So I think in the future, if you're a Dynasty football person in particular, you need to be looking at Deebo Samuel not as obviously it's debatable about what you view him as, but again, you should be viewing him as a B team level wide receiver. If you truly believe in the data, if you believe in the film, if you believe in those other aspects of him, you're seeing him making plays in preseason, you're thinking to yourself, I need to get me some Deebo Samuel. That is how you should value him. So, which is good. This is obviously something you want to do, but again, don't shell your entire draft picks for this guy, is all I'm trying to say. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification bell in case you want to be reminded when another video of mine drops. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.